Morning, environmental science. We are going to be talking about some species interactions. We're going to break this into three different parts, and they'll be based on the objectives here. Identify the two types of predator adaptations and two types of prey adaptations will be the first objective. Second one, identify possible causes and results of interspecific competition. That will be tomorrow's lecture. And the third one, compare parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. Give one example of each. And so we'll kind of try to hit those things as best we can. Today we'll talk about predation. All right, so predation's a fairly simple idea. Predation is an interaction in which one organism, the predator, captures and eats all or part of another individual, the prey. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward as far as you have to have a predator and there has to be a prey. Now that doesn't always animals. It can be an animal eating a plant. It can even be plants such as the Venus flytrap and the pitcher plant. Those are also predators of small organisms that might fall into their traps. Okay.
Predation is the killing.
So that's one of the main things that we'll talk about when I get back. One of those main things that we're kind of discussing are predator-prey relationships, and this is one of the major things. Obviously, the understanding that we're looking at how the prey population will peak, and their peak comes just before the peak of their main predator. Now, notice also the predator's population is going down as the prey population goes down. So we kind of peak and we valley every once in a while. So for the most part, predator and prey relationships are directly related. As prey go up, the predator population can go up. As prey go down, the predator population will also have to go down. Okay. Okay. So here are some predator adaptations, one of the main objectives that we were talking about. Predators have the adaptations to efficiently capture prey, whereas prey species have adaptations to avoid capture. So here are some predator adaptations that would include, these are just for carnivores, things like venom, things also like heat and smell sensitivity. You talk about organisms that rely on smell, you talk about dogs, even snakes rely a little bit on smell and heat sensitivity. Sticky webs, of course, we understand that those are spiders. Sharp teeth, just about every carnivore needs some sort of sharp teeth in order to effectively tear through the flesh of another organism. And of course, you want to talk about cheetahs. Cheetahs live on the savanna and they have to be extremely fast. Most of the organisms that live on the savanna that the cheetah can take down are also fast, so the cheetah has to be fast in order to be efficient predator in those areas. Same things with sharks. Sharks have to be incredibly fast to catch up to its prey. It's not very agile, but it's a very fast organism. All right. Now, predator adaptations for herbivores. Obviously, anybody that knows any of the agricultural organisms that are around here, cows and horses especially, they are meant to cut and to chew on tough vegetation. They have teeth that are very flat, are kind of like a grinding stone, if you understand what that is. But for the most part, they're very flat, and so they can take that grass and they can keep rubbing it down, rubbing it down, rubbing it down, and eventually it produces a substance that they can handle in their stomach. So here are some adaptations in animal prey. Okay, some very simple ones. Fleeing, obviously the ability to move quickly to an area of safety. Most prey most prey, besides like a sloth or something like that, is very agile. They're very quick. They can get back into their hole. You think about pocket gophers or something like that. Very quick and agile. They have to be quick in order to escape the prey. They might not be very fast on a straight line, but they can change the direction very quickly, which is tough for some predators that are very fast on the straight line. The prey can then be a little bit more quick. Camouflage, obviously, the ability to blend in with one's environment is important. Also to resemble an inedible object. Also, even a step further, they can resemble a much larger object. There are butterflies out there that have adaptations as far as their camouflage that look like huge eyes. So when they have their wings out, they look much larger, like a much larger animal. So it actually startles the predator and might buy them a few extra seconds. Chemical toxins are pretty straightforward. Think about certain tree frogs have the toxins that actually come out of their skin. It's very tough. They'll just obviously have the ability to make a predator sick or even kill a predator depending on what it is. And obviously there's mimicry, the adaptation in which a species gains an advantage by resembling another species. That's probably more where the butterfly thing comes in. Now that I think about the camouflage, that's probably more where we're going to be looking at as the mimicry. And obviously that's very effective if you can resemble something else, or resemble something larger, or even resemble, you can look in your book on page 401, you look at two different types of snakes. One's venomous, one's not. But you couldn't tell really quickly. You would think one looks like the other, so you're just going to avoid both. So that actually helps the one that's non-venomous. All right, and finally, adaptations in prey. Physical defenses are, in plant prey, some very simple things. Sharp thorns, spines, sticky hairs, tough leaves. Those are kind of the main things if you can think about a plant. So roses obviously have the sharp thorns. Cactus have the spines. Can't really think about a sticky hair right now. Some grasses do, but the tough leaves are just tough to get through. And that's obviously kind of the conifer trees fall into that area right there. So, all right, so that's kind of where we're going to stop with predation. Tomorrow we'll kind of finish up predation, and we will work ourselves into the competition, and we'll talk about some of the major symbiosis later on. All right, thank you.